Hello, April is Autism Awareness Month, so I wanted to create a little video to show you how to create autism awareness pins that you can pass out to your colleagues or to your students, or you can have your students make them. The pins have a little clasp on the back that I hot glued on there. And so you can just put the pin on your shirt or on your lapel, on your jacket, on your bag, on your key lanyard, or wherever. So I'm going to go ahead and start by showing you all the things that you need to gather up. So you need to gather some puzzle pieces, and you can get some puzzle pieces that have lots of colors, or you can get some puzzle pieces that have dark colors. And I hope this light is okay in here. It's fluorescent lighting, but the darker the color, then you're going to be able to see the light colored polish. The ones that have really beautiful colors, you can just use a clear gloss over them, and I'm going to show you some examples and kind of how I did it. The next thing you need is some clasp. So you can get the clasp at the craft store, kind of like a pack of 36. You can get 3/4 inch or I think 1 inch, depends on what size puzzle pieces you use. Then you need lots of fingernail polish with glitter. So you can do big glitter, little glitter, solid clear, and then these two are like a base. So the polish itself is blue and red with the glitter in it. The other ones are more clear polish with just glitter in it. So it's like a clear polish with the glitter in it. And like this one, it's like a clear polish with glitter in it. Lots of glitter. And they're different ones. So you need some glitter, and you need a glue gun. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get started. Okay, the next thing you want to do is you want to get a piece of cardstock, or you could use a parchment paper, but cardstock seems to work pretty good for me. So I just got a piece of cardstock, and then you want some of this yellow, it comes in blue or yellow stuff that looks like gum or something it looks like gum, but you use it to tack stuff on the wall. So it's called like tack, that's I forgot what it's called, but it's some kind of tacky stuff that you use to stick stuff on the wall. So what I do is I break off little pieces, just enough to hold the puzzle piece, and you can stick them on your cardstock, and you can make several places on the cardstock. I'm just going to do 4 for now, just so you can see what I did and how I did it. So I stick the sticky stuff on there like that, kind of so. When I'm going to do a whole lot of them, I just fill up the whole page with sticky dots, but I'm only going to do 4 for this demonstration. And then I'm going to pick 4 puzzle pieces. I'm going to pick this one because it's got some really cool colors that I can just add a little glitter to. Then I'm going to show you one that has a little browns. Then I'm going to do a dark one, and then maybe another one that's kind of brown. Okay, so for the one that has just the colors on there, I'm going to do those with a clear glitter over the top so you can kind of see how that looks. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to use the clear glitter. This is the glitter that I'm going to use. And sometimes when you're putting the glitter on there, the glitter will wipe off. Like you'll see when you take the brush, it drags the glitter off. So if that happens, just kind of glob the polish on the puzzle piece. And then as you globbing it on there, you can get the glitter where you kind of need it. And then what I do is kind of spread it out a little bit so that it's makes a nice little coating on top of the puzzle piece. And then by having it stuck down, it doesn't move, because if you don't stick them down, they will move all over the place, and you have to chase them around, touch them with your fingers. This way you don't have to touch them with your fingers. So for that one, because it had the beautiful colors on it, I just covered it with the gloss and the little bit of glitter, so once it dries, it'll kind of look like this one that's already finished. This one I used the same glitter fingernail polish, and I didn't put any kind of base coat. I just put the clear polish right over the top of the color, the puzzle piece, because it had the beautiful colors already on the puzzle piece. Here's one that's doesn't have any glitter, so you can see I just took the puzzle, covered it with the nail polish. Okay. For the next one, I'm going to put a base coat on there. So I'm going to use this blue, and the polish is blue, but I want you to see how sometimes the puzzle will still shine through. So what I do is, so if you have dark colors, if you put this on a dark color, the blue really stands out. But as soon as you hit the light color, you see how it almost needs another coat. So, and you see how I kind of globbed it. You have to kind of glob it to get it to be kind of thick, so that the glitter looks really good on there. And then for that one, what I might do is let that dry a little bit and then add an additional coat. So we're going to leave that one alone. I'm going to pick it up so you can see a little bit better view. So I'm going to leave that one alone. And I think that actually was clear glitter too. It's just finer. But you can use a base coat of nail polish. Okay. For the next one, I'm going to use red. And because it's brown already, it's closer to the red, so the red will cover the color better. So you can just glob it on there. And you can make it kind of thick, but if you get it too thick, it doesn't look as good. It's better just to let it dry a little bit and put a second coat on than to glob it too much, because then it kind of gets uneven spaces on it. But if you kind of work it on there nice and smooth and just glob it to get the glitter on there, then it does better. And there's what the red looks like. See, I used the brown, so when I put the red on top of the brown, you can't really see that it was brown before, and it makes a nice, really pretty red piece. So what I like to do is, after I've put the clear coat on, I have another one that I done earlier. I'm going to stick it right there for you. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't realize I had forgot to pause it. This one has some different colors. So what I'm doing is I'm adding another layer of another clear polish that had multi-colors of glitter in it. And so what it does is it helps the puzzle piece have a little more color and some more sheen and gloss or whatever. Okay, so you can kind of see what it looks like after I added a little more color glitter polish. So for this one, I added the red polish on the brown, and you can see how it has the big flakes. So with the big flakes, you just, if you do get some with big flakes, you just have to glob it on there to work the flakes out. So once it dries, I'll take, to make it look better, I'll take the polish with the small glitter pieces and just put like a clear coat over it to add a little more shine and pretty sheen to it. Okay, this one we did a little bit ago. It's still a little tacky, but once it's tacky, you can work with adding another layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, for this blue one, I want to show you how the yellow and stuff blended in. So I want to show you how you can go over the blue with a clear coat glitter, and it adds, see, this one has the blue glitter, it'll add the sparkle of the silver to it. So I'm going to add that so you can see that. And you just kind of have to play with the glitter and the polish and just figure out, you know, which ones work for you and what color schemes you like. Sometimes some of my kids did, my older kids, they did different colors across it and made stripes or starburst or, you know, all different things. So you see how I added in the silver on top of the blue, and it just gave it a whole different look. So now you've got the silver and the blue bouncing off each other, and then you've got the color from the background of the puzzle, and it just makes a really pretty puzzle piece. And they're really kind of hard to see down on this table. I don't know, maybe if I hold the cardboard up in the air, you can get a better look at that. Yeah, a lot better. The lighting is better that way. Okay, almost done. Now, I also wanted to show you, oops, the blooper there. On this red one, some of the nail polish dries a little quicker than other ones. So I wanted to show you on the red, you can really see the contrast. I have this red and silver you could add, which has big flakes. So if you put that on there, it's going to tone it down a little bit. Or you can use, like, over the red, I can put this purple, which looks really nice. And when you get your nail polish, I actually got this from somewhere on clearance for $1. So you can go to, like, the dollar stores, the craft places, or even just check around when they have clearance aisles for nail polish and just look for it on sale. So I just kind of pat that on there to get the glitter, because this is one of the ones that's got a lot of glitter, so when you brush it, the glitter will come with the brush. So you have to just kind of learn how to maneuver the the polish on there. And so now for this red one, I took this purple, the silver purple polish, and added it to the red one. So now you can see how that makes the difference on the red one. So it kind of adds more sheen, a little more color, and there's a couple little other colors sparkling out there. So it makes it a little more glamorous. See this one? And then this is the blue one that we added a little bit more to. And this is the one that we just put one coat on. So I really like this one, but I probably would add another coat to this one. So that's what I'm going to do right quick. So I'm adding another coat. So, and it's still, even if it's your second coat, you may have to glob it a little bit. You may have to glob it. Sorry about the grammar. And then it gives it a little more shine. So I'll show you that one with a little bit more glitter added to it. So you can still see the pretty colors from underneath, but you can't see the lines as good, but you can see the colors underneath, and you can have the really pretty glitter on top. So once you get all your puzzle pieces painted with your nail polish, I let them dry on the cardstock just a little bit. And I make sheets of cardstock with all the little sticky things on it, so I can do multiple pieces at a time. So if you want to work with a lot of different pieces, but you got to be careful not to put them in the way where your hand will hit them, because if you do touch them, it will dull them. And they need to dry until they're hardened, because if you stack them together, they will stick together. I had some stick together that I stacked up too soon that were not dry. So I'm going to show you a couple examples of some that have already been completed, so you can get some color ideas. So these are some that have been completed already. And this one of the students just dropped a little red dot right in the corner to add a little flavor. And then there's another red one. And then there's another one that had multicolors underneath, and we just put the silver clear glitter on top. Sometimes if you can find a really nice puzzle that has really good pieces, like here's some that the pieces kind of looked really pretty, so you could just put the clear glitter right over the top of the puzzle piece, and you don't have to do a lot of work. If it's got some stuff underneath that needs to be covered up, then you may have to do a couple coats just to hide it. But if you can get some good pieces, that's the biggest thing. So once my puzzle pieces have dried, and they're really getting dry, this first one was the one that we had did earlier, and it's dry to touch. It's not sticky. I can put my hand on it and it's not sticky. So once it's dry like that, you can flip it over. And then what I like to do is I like to lay out everything so I can get started. So kind of like a little production going on, a little production line. So I'll put my puzzle piece. I'm going to put these off to the side. When you do this, you don't have to have something underneath. It's just up to you, whatever you prefer, because the glue will string along a little bit. So I get my pieces and I have them ready to go, and I get my puzzles and I get them kind of lined up ready to go, so that I'm not just stopping and going with the glue gun. So then I have my glue gun ready and good and hot, and then the first thing I do is I put a nice bead of glue across the back of the puzzle. Like that. Then I end that. And then I hold the the thing with the little skinny part. Sorry about that, my battery's getting low. I hold the pen where the part that opens is facing to the left, and then I set it on there, and I make sure that once I set it on there, I press it down so that the pen, the glue, will come up through those two little holes. So if you can look and see in the video where the little holes are on the pen, that the glue squeezes through. So if you can see that, I don't know if you can see that, but you can see that I mashed it down enough that the glue is going to squeeze through those little holes, because that's what you want. If you can get the glue to come up through those little holes a little bit, the pen is going to stay on there. If you don't put enough glue to squeeze up through those little holes, you see those two little mountains that came up, the two little mountains of glue that came through those little holes. If you can get the glue through there, then most of the time the pen will not come off. The only problem that I have had with the pens is this little pin at the end sometimes will come off, or over here one of the little pieces will come off and it won't clasp right. So I just usually tell people, bring it back and I'll give you another one, or if it breaks, just come get another one. So they're not that expensive, but the clasp can be. Sometimes I find them on sale for half off. And then I just let that dry, and once it's dry, it's ready to go. And then you can share them or sell them. You can do lots of different things with them. We actually, I usually make them and give them out to my colleagues at my school. So there you go. There is an Autism Pen 101. Thanks for watching.